Hi, I'm Lauren Green. Welcome to Bias Bash. The healthcare battle from 2010 seems to be rearing its ugly head again, only this time with the roles reversed. Republicans are eager to push through legislation critics say isn't fully understood, while others feel Democrats are striking a tone that sounds much like the Tea Party. After years of describing Republicans as obstructionists, will the media now describe Democrats as the same? Joining us now with his thoughts on the issue is senior Washington correspondent for Talk Media News, Justin Duckham. Welcome, Justin.
Hey, great to be here.
Okay, so how are the media handling this now?
Well, so far, this is sort of the early days, but what they have ahead of them is really what the big question is going to be. It feels like a lot of 2016 was sending us into a weird parallel universe, and now that seems to be almost finished. We are in a situation right now where we have an exact mirror image of 2010, wherein we have the Democrats acting as the angry minority, moving forward, taking these sort of Tea Party-like stances and really going for the jugular. Meanwhile, we have Republicans trying to essentially sweep through legislation in a very short period of time. And as a result, we really need to see if the media is going to handle this fairly. There's a lot of aspects here that they could mess up. They could portray things much differently than they did in 2010. So for the sake of fairness, people really need to keep a close eye right now.
It's interesting because the media seem to be doing the exact same kind of typical Republican versus Democrat kind of role. But the unknown variable here is Trump, because at the end of his tweet, he talked about Republicans and Democrats need to work together. Now, should the media be focused on that more, and what's Trump going to actually demand from both parties?
Well, that again just kind of shows how similar this was to 2010. We obviously had Obama trying to, at least piece together something that looked bipartisan. He reached out to Olympia Snowe, some other Republicans trying to get it through the committee process, and ultimately it didn't look nearly as bipartisan as he hoped, but he still had that sort of ambition early on. Trump obviously is somebody who is not necessarily friendly with the Democrats, but I would imagine he's probably going to give the same kind of lip service. And the media ultimately wrote that off when Obama did that, so I think that in order to maintain some level of fairness, they need to do the same thing with Trump and just kind of recognize this as something that would be great if it actually happened, would be wonderful if he actually went to the Hill and tried to, mend some bridges, but ultimately probably just isn't going to take place.
Well, speaking of President Obama, it is known that he went to Democrats in a closed-door meeting and said you shouldn't rescue the Republicans to help them, figure out how to, repair the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare, in other words. I mean, this is about politics as usual, isn't it? I mean, media's not really glamming onto that.
I mean, this is the new normal, and this is really what's so shocking about this. If you look back at 2008, you could pretty much just interchange McConnell with Obama. McConnell met with his members behind the scenes and told them that they're essentially going to be the party of no, are going to try to obstruct the new president's entire agenda. And now we are seeing things that are almost comically close to what we saw the last time around. So we had that taking place, we have this taking place, and essentially this is kind of a sign that unless if something drastic changes, this is just going to be politics as normal, probably for, at least a generation.
Yeah, interesting stuff. All right. Thank you very much, Justin.
Thank you.
And if you want to hear more media analysis on the week's top headlines, catch Media Buzz with Howard Kurtz. Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News Channel. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.